Thieves has a lot going for them right now. Not only is 100 Thieves the defending LCS champions, which is really, really cool. They went to Worlds, had an overall good performance, but they are kind of seen as like this really new, cool, up-and-coming team and esports organization. They have the really cool merch. They put out a lot of insane content. They have great content creators. As we see other orgs around the LCS like CLG and maybe even the beginnings of TSM starting to falter a little bit and starting to see that slow downward descent, a lot of people think that 100 Thieves could be that next team up and coming, that next team to break into that like consistent top of the top, cream of the crop as far as North American esports organizations go. And another big thing adding to this, especially as a League of Legends fan and an esports fan, League of Legends still seen as kind of the premier esport right now, is that they quietly had a very, very good offseason. They didn't make as many of the big, flashy acquisition or moves or anything like that, but they had a lot of different moves and stuff that have gone under the radar that I just kind of wanted to cover and talk about in this video today, because I think it's an exciting time to be a 100 Thieves fan at the end of the day. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. With that being said, let's get right into this. So the reason why I wanted to make this video and kind of the big news coming out, I knew that the scene was not going to be set up correctly. The big news coming out is this, of the 100 Thieves Next roster. This is their amateur team. This is like their third team. There's 100 Thieves, there's 100 Thieves Academy, and then there's 100 Thieves Next. I really think these amateur teams are great. I think we've seen a lot of success with them. Teams like 100 Thieves Next, teams like TSM's amateur team, Evil Genius's Prodigies, obviously with like Danny coming up and stuff like that. I think these rosters are a great option for teams that can afford them and teams that actually know what they're doing with them. I mean, there's some teams, Dignitas, CLG, whatever, who can't even get their LCS roster figured out, let alone their academy roster, so I don't even want to know what like CLG amateur would look like. But for the teams that seem to, have things more under control, like Evil Geniuses, like TSM, like 100 Thieves, I think an amateur team is an awesome thing to do. And they have a very, very exciting amateur lineup. They have here General Sniper in the top lane. This is obviously the 15-year-old challenger top laner. This is the younger brother of Viper, who is seen as maybe the most hyped up and exciting North American prospect of all time. Obviously, there's some other guys thrown in there. Who knows? He's still only 15 years old. There's a lot that could change. I think you have to be like 17 to play in the LCS. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, there's other guys out there, Danny, Jojo Pune, a lot of these other hyped up and exciting prospects, but people are very excited for General Sniper. We have Fnatic, and then Insanity in the mid lane, which is actually very, very interesting. I think Insanity was good in the LCS last year. He's going to be amazing for this 100 Thieves amateur team, not only helping out the team be really good, helping all the other, younger players and less experienced players grow and showing them how to win and what being a professional player is like, but also I think he's going to help himself out, and I'm sure he will not be in the amateur scene come the summer split, but we'll see. And then we have Array and then Sword at support. And two of the more interesting guys I want to talk about here were General Sniper and Sword. So Papa Smithy actually said earlier in the offseason when 100 Thieves signed General Sniper, he said, "It is no exaggeration for me to say that bringing General Sniper into 100 Thieves was my #1 priority for our League of Legends program this offseason. Sniper is an intelligent and driven young man who is cracked at League of Legends. We 100 Thieves fans are in for a ride watching him develop." And again, 100 Thieves has a ton of this young talent. 100 Thieves Academy was awesome last year. They have Tenacity moving up to the LCS team this year. They have Kenvi still in Academy, kind of chilling, waiting for his opportunity. They've done an awesome job scouting young players, finding good young players, bringing them in, but also helping develop them. And I love how open and transparent Papa Smithy's being. I think 100 Thieves is doing so many good things right. But this is kind of interesting, that he said bringing in General Sniper was their #1 priority. Obviously, they felt like they had a good LCS team already. They don't end up making any changes to the normal starting 5 other than bringing in Tenacity for a 6-man rotation. So then, yeah, I mean, if your LCS team's not making any changes, then you're starting to look at Amateur, Academy, all this. And, yeah, they went and got General Sniper, which is crazy. But also, Sword as their support. He said, "Hi guys, I've been playing support the past month and I'm excited to announce that I'll be playing support for 100 Thieves next." This is very, very interesting because this Sword is the TSM amateur mid laner from this past season. I believe it was actually the TSM Academy mid laner from last season. He was the TSM amateur mid laner from 2 years ago, moved up to TSM Academy, and he didn't have that great of a year. He was a very, very hyped. This is another one of those super hyped up prospects. Everyone thought Sword was going to be a monster in the mid lane. This guy was a solo queue beast. Seemed like he could play everything. He was super young. He was super cracked. And then he was good in amateur, and then he got to Academy, and he just wasn't that good. They ended up role swapping him into support in the middle of the season, which I can't even imagine. That's got to be role swapping in general, especially when you've been in poor form, not working out, not doing great, but especially in the middle of the season. So he kind of had a really, really weird year last year for TSM. But just know that this guy is insanely talented. This guy has all the, hands or fingers or whatever, but he just wasn't able to figure it out in the mid lane for whatever reason. A lot of people are like, why didn't he give it more of a shot? He only gave it not even a full season in amateur, and it's like, some of it probably wasn't his own doing. Some of it was probably coming from TSM, their staff, all that. But yeah, he's swapping to support, which is very, very interesting because 100 Thieves actually, has another role-swapped mid laner support on their team in Huhi, who they have had amazing success with. Now, yes, he did role-swap on Golden Guardians. He started to actually learn support there. But, they helped him still get to that LCS champion level of support. And, not even saying the 100 Thieves had much of a hand in, helping him become a better support or anything, but also just having him there as potentially a mentor, somebody that can potentially, help out Sword in making that transition from mid to support. But either way, 100 Thieves just understanding that a transition from mid to support for a very, very, mechanically talented, gifted, skilled player can be very, very successful. So Pop Smithy tweeted out this, he said, I made this, mid laners, NA talent, 100 Thieves support players, you made this, and then I made this, which is funny, hilarious, and it will be very, very interesting to see if Sword is going to be a good support for 100 Thieves amateur. And even if he's not, I think this is an awesome, awesome risk, well worth taking, because again, Sword at one point was this very, very hyped up, talented guy. He could absolutely regain that. And even if he doesn't, maybe your amateur team wins a couple less games this season. It doesn't really matter too much. But the 100 Thieves amateur team is looking absolutely stacked. Sniper, Fnatic, Insanity, Array, Sword. Very, very nice. Very, very awesome. Looks so cool. A couple of other updates. Their new Academy mid laner, Jimmy N. I don't know why I said Jimmy. Jimmy N. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I've never heard it pronounced, honestly. They said our new Academy mid laner, Jimmy N, is probably the person who needs the biggest introduction on our Academy team. 19-year-old regular season MVP of the PCS. Looking forward to watching him and Kenvi Smurf together. And, here he is as the most improved player award in the PCS of 2021. And then you have here most potential player award, where he got second behind Doggo, where obviously, Doggo is an absolute monster. And, Jimmy N, if he's even close to the level of Doggo, could be very, very exciting. But obviously, this guy has won some awards. He's gotten some accolades in the PCS, which is not a bad league. PCS is a very, very solid league. Again, with some other very, very talented individual players. Maybe they don't have the depth of talent, or maybe they don't have, the craziest teams or whole rosters in the world or whatever. But to be one of the best players in the PCS is very, very exciting. And to be able to bring that over to 100 Thieves Academy is awesome. We then also have an update about Kenvi as well. There's this Reddit comment that said, rip another great player in the NA Academy jail, talking about Kenvi not getting a chance to move up to LCS this year. And Papa Smithy chimes in, again, love this transparency. He says, I see the sentiment a lot and wanted to respond to it on record. In approaching this offseason, Kenvi told me he was interested in playing LCS if a roster he believed was top 5 was interested. If not, he preferred next steps were to stay and captain the 100 Thieves Academy team. So again, they are not holding Kenvi in Academy jail. He wanted to try and make it onto a top 5 team. Apparently, there was no offers, or the offers didn't work out, or whatever. Now, maybe you think that's a poor decision by the top NA teams, but where would you want him to end up? He's not going over closer to 100 Thieves, obviously. I mean, the 100 Thieves must have made that decision. Cloud9 has Blabber. TSM has Spica. Evil Geniuses brought in Inspired. That's some of the top teams in the LCS that you're looking at. So, and then TL obviously was saying Torrent as well. So there's not really any opportunities for him in the top 5 at this point. He's either going to have to wait for 100 Thieves to think he's better than Closer or something to happen there, or he's going to have to, end up going to a bottom 5 team, which is usually a tough decision for people as well. But just wanted to, kind of dispel people from saying that 100 Thieves is keeping him in jail or doing a disservice to him or whatever. He seems comfortable in the situation. I think we'll see him in the LCS in no time. But just wanted to cover all the different 100 Thieves news. A lot of different exciting stuff. 100 Thieves is doing a lot of stuff right in a lot of different ways. I think they're going to have a good LCS team this next season. I think they're going to have a good Academy team and potentially a good amateur team that's probably even going to be better than a lot of people's Academy teams too. So again, the future is bright for 100 Thieves fans. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Tell me, drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about 100 Thieves offseason. Do you think they had a good offseason, bad offseason, somewhere in between? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.